Alright, so we got a TWID today. We're going to look at it. Solstice, just information saying Solstice is about to end. It's 2 weeks to 3, but we got some interesting here. We got Warlocks getting ability buffs. This is going to be quite scary, I'm pretty sure. I don't know why they're getting buffed, because literally so many abilities are so broken in PvE and PvP right now. But I guess Bungie thought that's not true, because Hunters and Titans have the highest playtime right now, but that's just because there's some crazy broken things that haven't been on a Hunter on this level before, and then also on a Titan on this level before. So, because of the scaling system they changed and stuff, made things even more broken. Once at a time was broken, but not anymore. But then they finally buffed them, because they made everything add together now, so that's why they're kind of at the highest playtime. But Warlocks, I played the entire campaign on Legendary on my Warlock, and it obliterated all adds. Nothing could stand a chance against me, and that was when I had no build into it. I had the basic build we got from the saving up from the previous seasons, which wasn't that great. So I haven't gotten to the build into it yet, but I will eventually, and when I do, it's going to be a monster at ad clearing and damage. So I don't know why Bungie thinks Warlocks need buffs, but let's get into it. Empowering Rift class ability. Standing in Empowering Rift now generates grenade, melee, and class ability energy over time. What? Final blows while standing in Empowering Rift now generate bonus special heavy ammo progress. What? I'm sorry, what? That's just in general. That is just in general an Empowering Rift. That is nothing else. That's just in general. Are you telling me someone going to PvP, max grenade, 100 grenade, and get their grenade back in less than a second? That's what I'm hearing right now. Because that's crazy. I mean, it might be more in a second, but if it's not, what is it, like 20 seconds, 15 seconds or something? If it's half that or more, it's broken. That's already broken. What? That's stupidly broken. What? What? There's no way they think that's okay. Hunters and Titans can pop both of their class abilities. They get nothing for it unless they run something. The only way to make that fair is all characters had that ability. But the other characters would get more of it. Or, sorry, the Hunter would get a lot out of it all at once because the dodge is quick, whereas Warlocks and Titans would get over time because you're standing behind the shield. That's the only way to make that balance. But right now, no, that's not a thing. It's just the Warlocks getting it? What? Okay, we'll read more. Potentially there's Titans and Hunters later on, but that's crazy either way. Because even if they get it, that's still broken beyond belief. What the fuck? Weave Walk, Strand Aspect. Exiting Weave Walk now grants movement mail for you and nearby allies. There's no fucking way. Bro, that is the most toxic and annoying fucking ability in PvP because you cannot. It is literally impossible to kill the person when they're in it. And if they build a build for it, you won't be able to kill them. That's crazy. Movement mail duration is relative to the time spent in Weave Walk. Oh, of course. Let's make it even more broken. Increased horizontal movement on enter and exit. Increased fragment slots from 2 to 3. Are you fucking kidding me, bro? Was Bungie just upset that Warlocks weren't dominating the field right now? I'm sorry, Bungie. Oh, wait. They are dominating. Like I said, there's some crazy builds with them that are insane with all sections of it. All Warlock abilities have some broken builds. And Bungie's literally buffing right off the bat the most broken build on a Strand Warlock. Instantly buffing it and making it a lot better. That's crazy. That's just insanity. What? What the fuck, Bungie? What the fuck? Weaver's Call, Strand and Prismatic Aspect. Now generates roosted threadling progress when giving damage of any type. Wasn't that already supposed to be a thing? I thought that was a thing they announced last season. At the end of the season they were going to do anyways. Just any damage in general will create threadlings, I thought. I thought that was already a thing. Was that not a thing yet? Because I swear they said they were doing that anyways. Threadling damage now returns class ability energy. Works on all threadling damage while this aspect is equipped. Equipped. What the fuck? Now you get more class ability with thread. Oh my god, bro. It's not as broken as the Weave Walk, but that's still broken because damn. Where's the Hunter abilities that give it? I know people will say combination blow. I know you're going to be one of those fuckers that say that. Yes, you are right. But those require kills. This is hits. And you create a lot of threadlings when you pop your class ability. which means it's very easy, even in PvP, to get your class ability back, even quicker now. That is nutty. No kill, just hits. You gotta understand that's a huge difference. That is nutty as fuck. What the is that? Frost Pulse, Stasis Aspect. Freezing enemies now generate class ability energy. Works on all stasis freezes while this aspect is... Are you fucking shitting me? The most toxic build in PvP. Frost Pulse. What? This, if I remember correctly, is when you pop your rift, it freezes everyone around them. It's the most anti-super, anti-weapon, shotgun, anti-everything. No one can get close to you with this build if you use it the way it's intended. If you know how to use it properly, nobody can touch you. Other than when there's connection issues, but that's obviously connection issues, that's just Bungie. So they're now buffing and making it where it gives you class ability energy. Are you fucking kidding me? And it's any freeze, not just your class ability freeze. It's any freeze. What? Bungie, what? Are you smoking? What? Hunters are broken. Titans are broken. Well, now Warlocks are about to be dominating the field by a mile, and nothing's going to come close for PvP especially. Holy shit. Pocket Singularity. I swear to God, if they fucking buff this motherfucking melee, this is the most annoying melee in the game to fight against, other than freeze. Because you literally go to shotgun a dude, or you go to fight a dude, he throws a melee, yeets you into the sky, or yeets you backwards, and you get screwed. I've been saved by this melee once by sheer luck. This thing always gets you killed because there's nothing you can do. You get pushed back, there's no way to cancel it. You melee, I will melee them when they do it, and it still pushes me back so my melee whiffs. This is the most toxic fucking melee in the game, other than freeze. And you're telling me they're buffing it. You've got to be shitting me, bro. This is crazy. Now has 2 charges at base. 2 charges? What? Bro, what? I'm a Warlock main now. I'm a Warlock main. Fuck Hunter, fuck Warlock. I'm a Titan, we're Warlock main. We're Warlock main. All the way, baby. Warlock main again. Fucking hell, Bungie. What is this broken ass shit? Projectile lifetime increase from 1.1 seconds to 2 seconds? That's a huge increase of distance. What? That's a huge increase of distance. What the fuck? Rework projectile tracking to favor targets closest to initial trajectory. Oh, well, great. So now it won't push me when I'm behind a guy and it fucking... It misses the guy by a millimeter and hits me. So cool. Maybe it won't do that now. Awesome. So, it's still going to push everyone back. So it doesn't matter, but okay. Reduce detonation knockback on players by 50%. Okay, that's a nerf. And that's a good nerf, okay? Reduce the detonation knockback, 50% reduction. That is great. Here's the problem, though. I pretty much can guarantee you this is still gonna fucking absolutely obliterate your soul. Because you're gonna get pushed back when you go to shotgun melee someone, or someone gets close and you go to hand cannon or SMG them or sidearm or whatever because they got close. They're gonna melee you if you're about to outplay them, and they're gonna feel like shit, and then they're gonna throw this melee. And this melee is not only gonna screw your aim up and boop you back, it's also gonna get you killed because in-air accuracy is a pain in the ass. Great. So they did nerf it, but they buffed the absolute shit out of it first. Bungie, bro. Fucking Bungie. Exotic armor. Anoia. Increased projectile damage at max range from 50% to 20%. Is this the Helion? The little solar Charizard little buddy you get? Is that what this is? The solar guy? This is the gauntlets for that, right? I haven't used them yet. I'll be honest, I haven't used them, so I don't know. I think that's what these are. Tune distance to damage curve to make the maximum damage distance easier to identify. Wonder how that'll be used in PvP. I wonder how broken that could be. Increase projectile tracking by 40%. I had a dude use this in PvP against me. And even though it wasn't like broken or anything or did something crazy, I'm not even kidding you. The tracking on that thing traced me around a fucking corner. It literally launched while standing in the open. I slid behind the corner to get out of the way. And turn around, and it literally threw fucking, what is that, like 180, 90 to whatever the corner, 90 to the corner, and came straight to me. So, I don't think this thing needed an increase in projectile tracking, because in PvE it just tracks like crazy too, but okay, whatever, Bungie. Make it more broken, why don't you? In addition to the primary projectile, the sub-projectiles now benefit from Ember of Ashes and Ember of Eruption. I don't know what those do, so someone would have to tell me what those do. I don't know what those do. I'm assuming Scorch or Ignition stuff, but I don't... I think Eruption is Ignitions, right? So it spreads Scorch on Ignition, and then Ashes gives more Scorch stacks. I think that's what that is. Someone have to correct me if I'm wrong there, but I think that's what that is. General abilities. Thread links. Increase damage risk combatants by 20%. Bro, even on hard-end content, Threadling's nuke ad still, so that's crazy. Okay, get buff them more, why don't you? I'm happy, though. I love Threadling builds. There's a bunch of old Threadling builds I loved and when they nerfed it a bit, so I'm kind of happy that will be better, but still, F. A few weeks ago, we examined feedback and bug reports for a few notable exotics. We wanted to provide a brief update on some of these investigations. We've already updated a few in prior patch notes, so these represent the remaining upcoming changes. Starfire Protocol. We confirmed an issue where Starfire Protocol was not returning as much energy as expected on empowered hits. We fixed this issue, raising it to an intended 5%, and the fix deploying in 9.0.0.7. Oh, what goodness. Gracious fun that is. It already was broken, now it's even more. Let's go. Crown of Tempest. We're continuing to investigate an issue where Crown of Tempest no longer grants stacks on multi-kills, while we're aiming to have a fix when Renegades goes live. Oh, that's stupid. That's an F3 Dream bug. Rhymecoat Remnant. We're continuing to investigate an issue where Rhymecoat Remnant generates stasis crystals, inconsequently apply Devour. Wait. Generate stasis crystals cause Devour when Feed the Void is active? We believe we're honing in on a fix and looking to have a fix for when Renegades goes live. Like, are they saying it's inconsistently? Because that's what it says, inconsistently apply. Is it supposed to apply Feed the Void? Because that's kind of broken. It just does. I guess it's supposed to? I don't know. That's weird. I didn't know that was a change, but okay. Or it's not supposed to? I don't know. We'll see. Boots of the Assembler. We've confirmed an issue where Boots of the Assembler noble rounds won't work on a teammate that enters the Warlocks Rift. A fix will be deployed. Damn, that's funny. They did all those changes to make it really unique and cool and better, and then it's like, oh, nope, doesn't work now. That's funny. Wings of Sacred Dawn. After investigating reports around the Wings of Sacred Dawn, we've concluded that we missed a patch note at the edge of release. It is intended that Wings no longer reload your equipped weapons, as this leads to some problematic behaviors around single-shot magazine weapons, such as bows. I don't remember ever Wings of Sacred Dawn reloading. What? Was that... No, that's not the boost. That's a chest piece, right? That chest piece never reloaded your guns. What? Am I tripping? I don't remember them ever making that change where it reload your gun. Was there something you had to do and it would reload your gun? Is that why I just don't remember it? Or... Because I don't remember it ever reloading my gun. I remember those boots, dude, that you dodge with. The linear fusion boots. Those, when you dodge, air dodge will give you your reload. And that shit's toxic. But I don't remember Wings of Sacred Dawn doing that. So if they did that, someone will have to let me know. I haven't been a main Warlock in a long time, and I haven't used Wings of Sacred Dawn in a long time, but I don't remember them ever saying that happened. Or never seeing that happen. I don't know. Someone will have to tell me. If that is a thing, I just didn't know about it. And the fact nobody used that in PvP is hilarious. Because they say it's led to some problematic behaviors, but nobody used it. The only thing people would use was the dodge boots. When you air dodged on Warlock, you could reload your gun, which that is not Wings of Sacred Dawn. I don't remember what it is, but it's the linear fusion boots. So, I think Bungie meant the linear fusion boots, maybe, and they actually put the wrong name. Or if Sacred Dawn does do it, no one fucking knew about it because nobody used it in PvP. No one used it, so I don't know. Or maybe they are. I don't know. Whatever. We're moving on. That's just a weird one. Controverse Hold. We've received reports that this doesn't return energy as expected, and after investigating, we believe this is to be true. Specifically with some combatants in the firing range only. We're looking to update the firing range combatants in a future update. How about the, Bungie, how about the Hunter melee? You Tempest Strike, you buffed it, but it's not working properly, and it's not just in the firing range, it is everywhere. I checked on actual planets and stuff. It is working wrong. It is not working correctly at all on any of them. So Bungie, what the fuck? Nezarec Sin, we saw reports of the regeneration buff no longer working during multi-kill streaks. I believe this may have been resolved in 9.0.0.5. Alongside the fix for the sprint bug, we'll be keeping an eye on any future reports. Wait, was that the sprint bug never got resolved, Bungie? You did a temporary fix so it wouldn't happen as much, but it still does happen. Bungie, are you smoking something? You guys are confused about your own system, I think. What the fuck? What the fuck? In the coming weeks, we're also planning to communicate more about the future of class fantasies. What is it to be a warlock? What are some of the fantasies we're hitting right now, and where do the classes need more work? We're excited to show you what else we're cooking. To stay tuned for more information. So stay tuned. What about hunters? Hunters have no actual clear role. Here's a little fucking funny thing about hunters. People that try to defend hunters saying they're broken, they're so overpowered because they have such an obvious role. You're wrong. Hunters have no role in the system. Everything you can do on a hunter, you can do on a warlock and a titan. Period. Hunter's the melee build right now. You can do that on a titan and still do basically the same amount of damage. The only thing that's making it better right now on the hunter is the fact it's got the invis part. Which, because they buffed that and allowed that to happen. But hunters are not supposed to be the melee ones. Titans are supposed to be the ones that get in everything's faces, dominate close range, tank a lot of damage. Hunters cannot tank a lot of damage compared to the Titans. Yes, there are hunter builds that make you very tanky, I know. But if you want to be efficient at doing high damage, you cannot be tanky. And if you want to be tanky, then you lose a lot of damage. You still can do some good damage, but you lose a lot compared to what you do when you run pure tank. Or pure damage versus pure tank. But then the Warlocks are supposed to be the support style, but yet they can clear adds out better than any of the classes if you build them, and you don't have to build much into them. Literally a couple aspects are just broken for ad clearing beyond belief. They have the tanky side, which is weave walk and stuff. They're just little tanks. And then Titans have their tank version. They get a melee kill or create a ball or woven mail. There's 100 different things, easy things to proc for the Titan that makes it a tank. So Warlocks and Titans right now are the exact same thing. Very tanky and very high ad clear. Meanwhile, Hunters, you have to either pick ad clear or tankiness. Or damage or tankiness. And that is where the problem is. Hunters have no clear role, and yet Titans and Warlock hold both the roles. High damage, high ad clear, and everything. And yes, Hunters, those like Celestial Nighthawk, does a lot of damage, I know. But because of the current builds, why would you use Celestial Nighthawk when you can use other builds and dominate bosses? So, kind of puts it out of the picture. And even then, if you did go for a pure damage build with Celestial and use the melee builds too on top of it and comboed it right, you still would be losing something. Either your ad clear potential or something else. You have to sacrifice something, which is good. You should have to sacrifice something for another thing, but Titans and Warlocks have the most overpowered survivability fantasy, damage fantasy, and ad clear fantasy all in one. You can run a single subclass and have all three of them on almost every subclass. And that's crazy. You can drop ridiculous damage while you're on solar. You can do ad clearing with it too, because your solar grenades, you can build a grenade build that makes you an absolute monster at damage. But then you can have weapons for ad clear, and then you have your super for survivability, all three in one. You can run stasis. Freeze things like crazy, so nothing really gets a chance to shoot at you. You create woven mail stuff to make yourself a woven mail. Pretty tanky. Pretty easy to do, too. So, you see my gist? Titans have several things for ad clear and damage. Warlocks do. Hunters, literally the best thing right now is Prismatic. And it's using a single build to just dominate your enemies. Because it's the only thing good. It's a reason it's so dominating. That's why it's good what they did with Tempest Strike, but sadly Tempest Strike is bugged, and honestly I doubt Bungie will ever get around to fixing it. I hope they do, but if they don't, then, well, Tempest Strike's gonna suck. So, it's not shit, but it's not great either because of the bugs. It really causes issues. So, Prismatic's the best way to go. Normal arc stuff without the Tempest Strike thing is trash. No survivability, worth a shit. It's just not worth it. You have to use Tempest Strike to clear ads and stuff and survive that way. Otherwise, you're just doing too little damage to the normal melee to matter. And that's mostly because they don't have a melee gauntlets or melee effect that works with them other than Liar's Handshake. But Liar's Handshake isn't that great. And that's why people don't use it anymore. Solar is just a joke. Solar is the worst class ever. This is why Prismatic, if you're going to use a Goldie, you always use Prismatic. Because Solar is just shit. The healing potential for Titan and Warlock for Solar is god tier compared to Hunter's version. That you get nothing in the kit to help you surviving at all, other than a healing grenade, and that's not going to save your life. So, yes, you can use a fragment or two that helps increase or keep you going. Yes, but look at Warlocks and Titans, you can run a basic build without the fragments, and you can survive and stay alive very easily with a single aspect. So, just saying, big difference there. Void, Hunter Void, the only thing it's good for is Tether, and then Spectral is somewhat good, but it takes forever to get Super unless you're on 100 Super, so Spectral's still iffy in some situations. But the Invis set of Hunter, yeah, is nice, but they've nerfed it to the ground. It's not that great anymore. You know how many people I laugh at when they go Invis and Crucible? I'm just sitting there like, I know where they're at. Because, yeah, it's been nerfed so badly, you always know where they're at, even while they go Invis. It does nothing. It takes them off the radar for a split second, and then it flashes, and you know where they are every, like, millisecond. So it's not very hard to figure out how to deal with stuff like that. Some maps, it is still hard to see Invis sometimes. There's, like, some sort of weird glitch with that, but that's a glitch. Half the time it's easy to see, and half the time it's not, so that's its own problem. Void overshields are still the most dominating thing in the game for a Titan on Void. They'll always use them, and the fact they can survive more and they do more too is crazy, and there's nothing you can do to resist their damage if you're on a Hunter. Whereas a Warlock, you could do a Rift, or you could do something else that helps you. Obviously, Warlock's got Devour easy access on crack. They literally have it on crack. That shit is so broken. I don't know why people say Devour sucks. It's so good still. I use it all the time on Warlock, if that's Prismatic or normal Void. It's just such a good thing. We got Strand Warlock, which is broken. Freeze Warlock, which is broken. So, 2 broken ones in both sets. For the darkness, and then the light one's all crazy. The arc one is ridiculously insane. Easy way of getting your health back constantly and killing everything. There's good combos, especially on Prismatic. Like, you can build into it even on normal arc with stuff that can keep you alive. So, yeah, as a whole, Warlocks and Titans are absolutely dominating the field, and sadly, Hunters are just useless. Literally, the new raid, when I've been doing the new raid on 3 feats or more, people are always wanting Titans and Warlocks. They want 2 Warlocks, 4 Titans, or 1 Warlock and 5 Titans. You say Hunter, they're like, no. They're like, well, what if I do the melee build? They're like, yeah, we know it's broken, but no, because you only get 1. You get 1 melee. That's not very exciting. Whereas a slam, I can get like 2 to 3 slams per damage phase, and we can one-phase several bosses because of 4 or 5 slams going off per time. Everyone jumps in. You increase your damage, definitely can do it. One phase the bosses because of that exact reason. So, Hunters are in a horrible spot. Yes, there's some cool builds. Yes, I'm still a Hunter main. But they need fixing. Hunters need a definitive role. They either need to do something crazy that makes them like, oh my god, you're going to want a Hunter in your team. Or they just need to be kind of shipped out of the system. And I know that sucks to sound, and Bungie will probably never do it, but Hunters don't have a place. The only thing that's they're used for is their jump in PvP. People love their jump for PvP. But now even the Hunters are becoming less. I have never had so many games in a row where Hunters have barely been seen in PvP. Usually it's always 3 Hunters on the enemy team. But now it is so much Titans and Warlocks, and it's been like this for a while. And it's been getting more and more like this for a while. That it's just ridiculous. Hunters are just getting pushed out of everything. And that's depressing. So, a little bit of a rant there, I apologize, but that's just my point. It's like, Warlocks are getting a huge buff where Hunters literally only have 1 class that's broken. Period. So it's kind of disappointing. Anyways, let's see. Crucible power and rewards. I don't think Bungie's ever going to get this right. Everyone in a match has a chance to earn an additional role as opposed to 1 player per team. Is this like an additional role? They mean... Because they don't say additional loot, they say additional role. So does that mean you can get a tier 3 or 4 or 5, like you can get a higher tier 1? Is that what they mean? Or do they mean like actual another piece of loot, so you can get 2 pieces of gear? Like, they really need to define that better. Because that can mean either version easily. So, don't really like that one. Bongo, English please. The competitive playlist weapon, Solemn Embrace, has a chance to drop on completions instead of wins. We've done some comp, we've lost some, we've won some. We've only seen this thing drop once on a loss, and it was a tier 3, which is useless, in my opinion. Tier 4s are a lot better, and tier 5s are the best. So, kind of a bad system if you ask me. But Bungie, what do you expect? Lowered the B grade score threshold for reward ranks copper and bronze, power 10 to 300. This makes it easier to earn bonus drops and bonus focus rewards in PvP. Increase the gear tier for B plus at reward ranks bronze and silver, power 200 to 400. We have more changes coming in update 9.1.0 where we are making Crucible ops more rewarding for all players, along with target adjustments for early power bands. Increasing bonus drop frequency when playing Crucible ops. We'll see how that goes. Increasing the amount of score earned on losses. Retuning score thresholds for all grades on reward ranks copper and bronze, power 10 to 300 to make earning higher power and gear tier more consistent. Increasing the highest potential gear tier at reward ranks copper, bronze, and silver, power 10 to 400. Increasing power adjusters for PvP, power 10 to 300. We're definitely not stopping at the Crucible and have more PvE reward changes coming in the future, including with the Desert Festival raid. Share more in the weeks ahead. They'd say the dungeons though this time, damn. I guess dungeons aren't getting love anymore. Dang, Bungie. That's just a joke there, obviously. I honestly don't think they're ever going to figure it out. People have given Bungie the answer of how to make PvP rewarding for years now, and Bungie just refuses to do that, and I have no clue why. Because it literally wouldn't change the outcome of the game in a way of level grinding or weapon grinding or anything. So I don't get why Bungie's never done it. And some people say, well, it's not that simple. Well, it is. Because it's not some crazy change. It's literally a basic change. And Bungie just won't do it. So my assumption is Bungie just really wants people to play the PvE solo ops, even though they say it's all about making friends. Well, you can't make friends in solo ops, Bungie, but sure, go ahead. So, unfortunately, this seems to be a shit show. All going to Bungie. Bungie Foundation, support Ronald McDonald House charities. Didn't Ronald McDonald's House have some sort of, like, a few years back, have some sort of conspiracy thing that was going on? Like, it was an actual thing. People, like, thought it was going on for a while, and then it turned out it was actually happening. Like, I'm pretty sure something happened with that charity a few years back. I mean, it might have been longer than I think now, because time is relative here, but, yeah. I'm pretty sure it was recent, though. It was either before 2020 or after 2020. Something happened with them. It's kind of funny to see Bungie supporting them after something happened. There was, like, some sort of thing where a lot of the money wasn't going where it was supposed to. It was going to people's pockets or something. Oh, maybe it was before 2020. Maybe it was after. I don't know. Time. Something went on with that, I'm pretty sure. Someone should look into that. Or maybe it was longer than that. I don't know. Anyways, let's continue reading. Solstice rewards. Make sure to follow me before Solstice ends on Tuesday. Upgrade your armor and get the glows. Grab your rank rewards. Oh, yeah, I gotta do that on my Titan and Warlock still. F my life. Spend your event tokens. Woo. Known issues list. Let's see if they talk about Tempest Strike in here. We're only looking for Tempest Strike. See if they talk about it. Trash. Okay, well, nobody's reported the Tempest Strike bug. We made a video on it. Hopefully somebody important will report it to Bungie. Because Bungie never notices my reports when I report bugs. So, Bungie don't care. Clutch or kick. Never, ever give up. Clutch or kick, lol. Another week, another TWID. Enjoy the rest of the Solstice event and grab those drops. Let us know what you think of the Warlock changes, and we'll share more on what is coming for Hunters and Titans soon. Well, I hope so, because the Hunter class is literally trash. There's only two things to use, the Arc or the Prismatic, so I really hope Hunters get a huge rework, because they need it. They really need a huge rework. And Titans, I'm sorry, Titans are broken on so many classes, or so many subclasses. I don't think Titans need much of a rework. There's a couple things that aren't working right or having issues, yes, but other than those, no, I think they're Gucci. Hope everyone is having a great summer up here in the Northern Hemisphere. Stay cool out there. Destiny 2 community team. Alright, so that's the TWID for the week. Bunch of Warlock changes. Can't wait to play this shit in PvP. Warlocks are going to be more menacing than ever. They always have been, so this will be fun. Bungie, what have you done? Just saying, what the fuck? As old, that's interesting. That they are getting buffed. We'll see how that turns out when it officially goes live. Anyways, enjoy the video. Like, subscribe, leave a comment what you think. Thanks for watching. Adios, we gone. Bye.